final card on my teeth, so please forgive me. Bad way to start chat, but it is what it is. So, first of all, hey, y'all seen that necklace I had on? I made with my daughter. I said I got a bracelet me and her made that'll put pressure on Ghostface. Jit, look what we did, bro. I can't fit it because it's custom made for my daughter. But bro, look what we did, fam. Bro, this the bracelet set, bro. The bracelet set go nuts. You did. Bro, the bracelet set is just crazy, kid. I ain't even finna lie to you, dog. It is what it is, Jit. We did that. Anyway, you want to show off that bracelet. Obviously, this the necklace that y'all seen me rocking earlier, you feel me? Etc., etc. We're going to put together with the remaining pieces. We're going to make a couple rings and maybe another bracelet as well. That'll wrap up the remaining pieces. Now, I need to make some like shoe accessories to go on some shoes. Like inside, like the shoelaces and whatnot. But anyway, I decided instead of do this second portion when I said I'm going to come back online because I just watched the news. Instead of come back online talking about the Charlemagne DJ Academic situation, which is, I said it in the beginning. I've only spoke on it really one time, and that was the initial onset of me hearing it's supposed to be like an issue between them. I said to myself that there's a lot of things that could come out of this, particularly black men. I think after Malcolm X got killed, Martin Luther King said that we have to learn to disagree without conflict. Now, some people could look at those words as poisonous and say, well, Martin Luther King benefited from Malcolm X being dead because Malcolm X was one of Martin Luther King's biggest detractors. Call him a house nigga doing the bidding of those folks. He was the modern day not Kaepernick, the modern day what they say Jay-Z is, the modern day whoever bootlegs Al Sharpton, etc. So, having said all that, I thought there was great things that could come out of the conflict of the because it's two rich niggas. They both rich. But I don't want to talk about Charlemagne, nor do I want to talk about academics, because something more potent came out today, which was the runoff in Georgia. Now, it's obviously this is going to be a microcosm of what we're going through national, and this is what I would like to tell black folks and white people, particularly white people. White people, can I pull y'all over to the side real quick? Can we chat? Can I ask y'all that when you vote in this year's this in November elections, can I ask that you keep what you see on social media? Even and mind you, I'm an ambassador at this very moment. Well spoken. I don't go bust nobody upside the head. I mind my business. I'm the perfect ambassador of what you would want. Whether if I would want white people to be like me, and I want other black people to be like me. So I think I'm the perfect ambassador to speak on behalf of black folks to say that when you vote, can you take into account? All I'm saying is this. I'm looking out on y'all behalf. Let's play devil's advocate real quick. Let's say white people know a trick to get other white people votes. They sell you a bunch of horse shit. They put these innuendos in your face that, hey man, when I get back in play, I'm gonna make it the good old days, the good old boy. See, that's what the whole Make America Great was about in the first place. Make America Great Again. It was about, man, we're gonna whoop these niggas' ass. We're gonna put these niggas in their place. All the ground that these niggas done fought to get, and we ain't never gave them no reparation. All the ground and traction they done gained, we're gonna set them back 100 years, and we're gonna. And the white people played that ploy of, I don't know what he's talking about, but I vote for it. They knew exactly what he was implying. Did it happen? No. I'm gonna tell you something very pivotal tonight. As I'm watching Derek Dooley lose, and Derek Dooley crooked all across the board. But as you look at his watch party, it's this nigga blacker than this damn frame behind me. And he's at the watch party. And I said to myself, let's say Derek Dooley would have won. In every political party, whether it be a Rick Jackson or Burt Jones or Derek Dooley or whoever, Mike Collins, there's a black surrogate. They're to be the ambassador to brush it off and say, hey, I can get a certain amount of black votes to you. I say that same thing because I want you white people to understand there's always going to be a white surrogate to say, hey, I know how to play on the feelings of white people. This is why I'm asking you guys to make a metamorphosis and grow. You got to get out of the mindset. And this is more so to the generation millennials or the like that I'm from. I ain't talking about the Gen Zs. And they fault. Matter of fact, I am talking about the Gen Zs, but I'm mainly talking about the millennials and Gen Zs. Boomers and the generation under that, not talking about it. Need not apply. But all you guys that was corrupted by your daddy and your daddy said, hey man, it's the black folks' fault. It's the this fault. Really? If you're younger than me, you grew up in a generation of, matter of fact, you know what was the coolest part? And I'm going to get diverted. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm going to try to, one thing as I learn into this podcast and I get better at this podcast, I got to learn to get my points out there rather than prolong. But I love to drag a good conversation out. So, and I got to get better at reading these chats as they go by because this is all entertainment in the end of the day. And people want to feel like they're being heard. So let me read this fugazi shit and try not to get diverted, but read it real quick so I can keep some kind of engagement. Matter of fact, I'm gonna learn something. I'm gonna take something out of academic shit. I noticed he recently, and when I be watching, she say somebody in the chat. He always say somebody, so he don't have to acknowledge their name. So I'm gonna start saying somebody, so I don't gotta like give you guys like indirect shout outs when all you begging for is attention whores. So somebody in the chat say hi, another person in the chat say hi, another person in the chat say hi, another person, female, say, what's up, my guy, what it is, baby girl. Another person in the chat say hi, another person say yes, another person in the chat say, can you say chicken, such and such? Like, another person in the chat say yes, another person say air, somebody say okay, another person say they weigh 3 pounds. If you weigh 3 pounds, don't cough too hard. You're going to die right on the screen. We don't need nobody dying. We don't need no gory details of what's going on in your personal life that got you weighing 3 pounds. Anyway, fast forward. So this black guy is in the back of this Derek Dooley campaign. And I said, this is a perfect example of there's always a black person willing to play their part to get their personal financial gain. And that's why when people try to go after Jay-Z, and I've learned, the coolest thing I've learned recently, and I'm going to incorporate hip-hop politics into what I'm talking about. So, since Tupac first went at Jay-Z, I always had like a gripe. Now, mind you, nigga, that reasonable doubt, oh my fucking God. I know a lot of people, I don't have to talk about what's already understood amongst the hip-hop crowd, but I'll be the first one to tell you that Life and Times of Sean Carter is the greatest Jay-Z album by far. It's light years. But nobody is going to tell you that shit except for me. This is my point. Jay-Z did some sucker nigga shit. But fucking, can you blame him? And would you do different in that same position? So easy to say. I would never do no... Nigga, we talking about a Billy on the table. The baddest bitch in the game. And when I say baddest, I ain't talking about Beyonce is the finest woman walking earth. I'm talking about the most... And let's get some... I don't like that P word, but let's talk about a little P shit real quick. The most money-making woman in the game. Other than... I'm talking about black. You get to still keep your black identity. You got a black... Once then, when you say what you want about Jay-Z, but his baby mama black. A lot of niggas that can pop that shit. Bitch, is your baby mama black? My baby, and I'm going to get off subject real quick, but I'm going to stay on subject a little bit. When I took my baby out to a theme park yesterday or whatever, and she playing with the little light-skinned girls, and there is a difference. We can't act like it ain't a difference. I'm never going, I feel almost like Buddy of the, they gave him Donkey of the Day. But I ain't mad at him. He said, I'm proud that my wife is white. Listen, I love my chocolate complexion, but I'm proud that my baby fucking red. Look at that. Bitch, that's my baby. She red. I don't got no, you can't make me feel no fucking weird way or a self-hate way. I hate myself. No, nigga, she red. I'm proud because I predicted the shit. I knew what it was gonna be. That's what I'm proud about. I knew it was gonna have a girl. I know she was gonna be light skinned. No matter what the fuck it was. That's just what the hell I'm proud of, that I was right. And I don't give a damn. She would have been my complexion, but it is what it is. But I say that to say, and she's lighter than that picture. And so while she's out playing with these mixed girls, they probably like looking at her fascinating because she shared the same skin complexion, but she got that daddy nappy hair. Oh boy, you can't deny it. Nappy is ever. And I'm just so proud of my baby because she don't see color. Like most kids should and most kids don't. But if you're growing up in the projects and you're from an impoverished area and your parents have allowed their personal bickering, which they not wrong for feeling, but if they'd allowed that to take over and formulate your mind at an early stage, then I feel sorry for the child. I'm not gonna say like anything bad for the child. I'm just say like that's misfortunate. My daughter best friend is an Italian little white girl currently. She's gonna have multiple best friends through life. My point is, and her mom, her parents is wealthy. With that said, so when my girl comes to Georgia and she get to play with these affluent kids, maybe they military parents or whatever, whatever, she's at an advantage because the advantage is she's not looking at herself as a lesser. What I think she's starting to grasp it, but she don't grasp it yet. Is the homeowner. You're a homeowner, baby. I'm gonna preach that forever. You're home. Don't worry about shit. I want you to be great in life. But I just say this school shit ain't for you. You got time to figure it out. When I die, I'm gonna leave you with some money and I'm gonna leave you in ownership of a house. That's the best I could do as a father. And your mama ain't did. Now, one thing I haven't done, which I'm gonna start getting on that shit. I try not to throw my baby mama under the bridge. I make sure I kind of, and I talked to an older lady about this shit. I force my baby to talk to her mama when my baby don't want to talk to her. That's the me part of her. Cause my baby mom, my baby recognize a bullshitter. Same way I be holding shit against my dad is like I recognize a bullshitter. I don't got time to placate with you. I don't got time to like kiss your ass, little buddy. Like you leave me in your will, you don't leave me in your will. Okay, nigga, I'll be alright, nigga. Nigga, what buddy say? I get out. What Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne took Lauren Hill shit. I'll get out. You can't hold me in these boxes, nigga. You can't hold me in no prison. Not prison, prison. So with that said, I try to employ that to my daughter to where she can have that liberation that when she go around these affluent kids, where she can assimilate without actually having to change anything about herself, just be herself because they're gonna adapt to her to say, damn, she got spunk, damn, she got charisma, damn. Like her natural element to take over rather than her trying to I use the wrong word. Rather than her try to assimilate, she could be herself and that'll take over. And I watched it take over as my baby is such and such age, and a preteen white girl walked up trying to get my baby attention because she see the swag. And the girl was, I'm not taking from the white girl either, super cool. I'm so appreciative that she gravitated toward my child. But it just goes to show leadership qualities of my child. Led her to say, this is a super, like, this is an angel. Let me rock with her. That's the best I could do as a father. Now let's get back into this black politics because I done got off track. And when I say black politics, we're talking about all politics. I'm asking you white people to do what I've done. I know I'm asking a little bit much, but what I'm asking you is if you had a parent that put you on the wrong course, if you had a parent that was a nobody, and there's parents of black and white that are nobodies, they didn't do nothing in life. That's why I don't depend on no social media to make no money. I don't make no money off no YouTube platform. I'm going to go get it my goddamn self. I don't work under so many fucked up predicaments and conditions under all circumstances, lack of sleep, broken this, broken that, still fucking go to work. Goddamn. I've tried to do favors for people, and I'm going through some shit right now about that shit where fucking you get fucking hurt and you still try to do the best for a person. They just like, no, fuck it, bitch. Capitalism is a dangerous thing. It's very dangerous. And people will capitalize off of any situation. no matter what. With that said, I want you white people to understand that there are gonna be white people. Let's talk about my fellow Georgians, and I'm only saying that now because this is the first year I've decided that I want to live in Georgia. Having ownership in Georgia is one thing, but deciding to live in Georgia is a completely different animal. And saying, you know what, for better or worse, this is where I'm gonna make my life at. I have to say that because I got to do further research. I'm going to do a lot of research tonight because I'm going to make some raw videos. I know I said last night I'm going to make some more videos about in the hood where I'm from. I'm going to do that too. I got a lot of things that's going to be coming forefront. But I thought about the fact that Rick Jackson won tonight over Burt Jones. Now, I'm going to tell you the implications that this means. For one, it means Trump word ain't shit. All them endorsements Trump was giving, it was like he's 4-0, 5-0. All this endorsed cat. Nigga, reality is caught up. That, and it's so funny. All of them, the Republicans, this is where the conundrum the Republicans find themselves in. They can't just flat out diss Trump and say, ain't nothing like Trump. Vote for me, I'm a conservative, I'm a real conservative. They can't just diss him because he's the acting president. Now, wait till he's not the acting president, whether he serve out his term, whether he get impeached, whether he die. Wait to see how many people try to distance themselves from him after he's no longer relevant. Just wait. They're going to do it so fast and act like they had no association and disassociate themselves with him. Hold on, y'all. It's going to be so many people that just, like, disassociate themselves and act like, I never agreed with Trump politics. This is the way politics work. And, you know, when I was watching this thing, bro, I'm going to just call it out, bro. I think the biggest favor I could do myself is not do no ass kissing and stay legit to what I believe in. And what I believe in has always been America first. So when you see all these politicians, I'm talking about the real America first. I ain't talking about this fake ass, let me say whatever I can do to get a vote, and then I'm going to put Israel. I'm going to just start calling that shit out. Because at the end of the day, me kissing an Israel ass, I don't give fuck nah, fuck no. Bitch, I'm a Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Black American, Native Black American, FBA. I don't owe Israel shit. And nor do our politicians do owe them something. Or they're terrified to where it's always two things where you're going to always get a bipartisan vote. When the government about to shut down and they both need some money, they motherfuckers say, oh, well, we found the budget. We agree on the budget. To spend some more of y'all hard-earned money. Unanimous. Or if it's about fucking some shit regarding Israel, fucking if it's 100 politicians, go 100 and no nays, all yays. And it just get frustrating. And so to hear Rick Jackson, I'm going to bring it back to the local Georgia politics. I talk about this shit all the time. The first person to ever run on I'm an outsider, I'm from the private sector, was Mitt Romney. Look it up. Look it up. First person to ever say I'm an outsider, I'm a businessman, my business practices can correlate with how I govern and run shit, that's Mitt Romney all day. How do I know that? Because that was the first motherfucker I fell victim to. I'm like, bitch, I believe him. Why not have this rich? It's like as if every damn president that's ever ran for a fucking United States president wasn't a millionaire before they became a president. Let's do a little demographic on that. All you smart guys out there in the world and YouTubers that put all these beautiful videos together. How many presidents became president without already having financial gain already? Like they already wasn't rich. Now we got a ethical question that comes in for all you kids that's going to be going off to college this summer, all you kids that plan on going off to college. Let's talk about ethics. Would you want a poor president? Would you want a middle-class president? Or do you want a rich president? These are the three classes that we were accustomed to. Now, we hear that they're getting rid of the middle class, but let's talk about it. There's three classes. There's poor. Nobody never talks about the poor. They always say, save the middle class. Fucking Obama ran off of saving the middle class. Bitches been ignoring the poor. My point that and I only brought Obama up to say that that's how long ago motherfuckers was talking about saving the goddamn middle class and ignoring the poor. George Bush never acknowledged the poor. Bill Clinton never mentioned the poor. I can go way before Obama. I just use him as an example to say, for all you newcomers that was alive during his age, to understand that, during his run, to say that, yo, motherfuckers been using the middle class as a prop. Because that's like the majority voters when you look at shit. Like, and it's so funny because when you poor, you feel like everybody poor. I swear to God, dog, like being poor is like a galvanizing feeling. You think that the majority of the country, no, nigga, the majority of the country for the longest was middle class. It was these folks that's been in office the last 20 years that said, fuck the middle class. You're going to be rich or poor. Now you're going to start seeing it and feeling it more to where poverty and being poor is more prevalent. Maybe this was a good thing. Let's look at the what they call a silver lining in this. The silver lining is the poor was always ignored, no matter the administration, no matter the party. Now the poor can't be ignored because there's no longer a middle class. There's a slight degree of a middle class left, but they bought out of the picture. They're irrelevant. So now poverty it's at the forefront again. Now you motherfucking middle class people who used to be so scared of socialism, when the bailout on Wall Street was socialism, when the GM bailout was socialism, now you motherfuckers can start being empathetic now. The way the devil, hell no, twin, what on top? I don't know, man. Look at these suckers, man. We got suckers in the chat. Suckers in the chat, can you give a double tap and give a like? And if you can't do that, can you at least just go to your profile and edit and then put your real face up? If you can't do that, you get no play. Suckers in the chat. So, and you could get a shout out if you just go ahead and submit a video of you deep throating, because I know you boys got long ass throats longer than my elbow to my wrist. But that's another story. So having said that, the middle class has been decapitated. Now all of a sudden poverty is at the forefront where motherfuckers is like, yo, I'm living check to check. Like, they really gotta live check to check, which is people getting rich off of that. More loans, more payday advances, more debt. And they already said we live in a debt society that lives their life. I never owned a credit card. Listen, I don't want to say my age because I regret ever saying my age on YouTube, because I realize people look at you as like your point is null and void when they find out you older than them. So let me just say this. I've never owned a credit card in my life. And let me say a bigger point for all you newcomers. I was selling credit cards since I was 17 years old legally. I was selling down Discover Platinum, Discover MasterCards. I was selling GMAC Manhattan Home Insurance at 17. And we used to have to go in a classroom and study this shit and know what we were selling and to know the APR was going to be at 17%. We're going to start you at zero for the... Negro, please. This is at 17 I learned this shit. So what you think a person could do to sell me a credit card? Nothing. Nothing. I almost told my age and say how many years ago that was that I was selling credit cards. And I'm out the hood. If you want to make some jokes about the shit, to be funny about the shit, we will have a big ass dually smoke session. Matter of fact, I get a location. I-95, Oakland Park Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That whole little plaza right on the side of Wendy's, nigga. Marcon Technologies, jit. We'll have a big drink smoke session before we get on and talk to these rich ass white folks about fucking APRs. And we just outsmarting their ass because we tell them everything they want to hear. We don't never give them the fine print until it's time to go on, like, a telemarketer back then. See, this is when telemarketers prevalent. These days, they got more than just a telemarketer. They got, like, advertisement schemes on commercials, infomercials. They get you in your email. They target, like, they got targeted crowds where they target the senior citizens who fucking out of it on their way out looking for a quick fix. They target dumb motherfuckers that's always on some payday advance looking for collateral rather than actually having actual liquid funds. These silly motherfuckers that don't know finance, right? That's who they target. The bottom line is this. We will fucking be smoked out, hiding the bitch, laughing on who gonna get the most sales, betting this shit up. And it's nothing but rich ass white people finna be falling for a couple little niggas that was rich back then. Oh, bitch, we finna eat. And we thought we were gonna eat, but we just trying to get a check. It was the company that was gonna eat. And then it was the company employing our company that they hired that was gonna really eat. That was the Discover cards. That was the Chase Manhattan Bank, GMAC Home Insurance. Them motherfuckers was the people that was gonna really benefit. We was just on the bottom chain, but we just some jits back then, trying to get an easy dollar, get high to the bitch, put our headset on, and go sell to you rich, foolish motherfuckers that love to spend. So when I hear, let's bring it back home, let's reel it back in. This is at 17. It's literally my first job on the government clock. The government know I ain't lying because they go look up this shit now and be like, let's look at this IRS transcript. Oh, shit, this nigga ain't lying. Bottom line is, when I hear these politicians these days give all these great speeches, they give this innuendos to these white folks. Because for some reason, I just got to be real. If certain people win in a November election, I'm going to give up on white people forever. I am. I'm going to just feel that y'all are Neanderthals, Vikings, just that don't have the emotional intelligence nor the scholastic mindset to look past bullshit and people playing on you of what you want to hear. The idea that you're going to take back America, get that shit out your head. Get it out your head. Stop playing that rules of the founding father said this and the founding... Fuck what them pussy crackers said. That's over with. This shit been America for the fucking go-getters for the longest. And this is what the white man tried to tell me, a millionaire tried to tell me back in 2001. See, I'm telling white people this shit. Here go a white man trying to tell me, but it was tougher because he was a rich white man telling me some shit, and I found that I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't take it at face value. So I hope somebody take this shit at face value. The fucking, you gonna take back America by force or by political voting your way back into an all-white, the Grogers, the grudge, whatever you motherfuckers call yourself, Nick Fuentes crowd. First of all, let's talk about Nick real quick. Nick Fuentes is a Mexican. I cannot reiterate this shit enough. You gonna follow a fucking Mexican that leads you back to your white prominence? You are out of your fucking mind. That's the first thing I want to say. This just like the Ricario buddy who owned Proud Boy. I'm like, this a nigga. This shit was like the Dave Chappelle skit when he was fucking Brigsby and then he took off the mask and they found out this shit is confusing. I started to get confused. I said, wait a minute. Goddamn. I don't want to see no racist groups and groups that's assimilated the fucking whole black people back. But if you're going to have it, at least make this shit identifiable. Like, I don't got to know the exact face. I just need to know there's rules to this shit. Like, and you can only be like, you know, like the Costa Nostra, bitch. Like, this is some family shit. Like for us, by us, FUBU. Like, you can't just be an outsider into this shit. I don't give a fuck what you do. But yeah, this new shit, it's too confusing. All I can tell you white people is this. Let me stay on point. Let me stay on par with the course. Don't disappoint me this election season. See through the bullshit of these people saying, hey, I don't like when people stand up against law enforcement and this and that. Nigga, any property owner, any law-abiding citizens that mind their business and stay out the way, They don't got no gripe against law enforcement. I don't know who I but disappoint or gotta disappoint by saying this shit. I ain't got no fucking gripe with law enforcement. I don't. Especially like, and this is what white people will feel, should feel the same way. Especially with black law enforcement. Kudos. I tell people all the time in the chat, my little brother, I don't know what he doing now, but my little brother joined the Atlanta police force back in like 2008, 2010. Nigga, like, my little brother been a cop for 1,000 years. I don't associate with him, but he's a cop. Do I not associate with him because he's a cop? No, I don't associate with him because he's a fuck nigga. But I respect motherfucking, like, I understand it. It hits home. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga got, like, especially when you own shit in this world. It's like certain people, and let me tell you something real quick before I get back into this politics real quick about black culture. About, like, you know, motherfuckers, like, I seen a nigga in the last chat trying to say, when we were trying to pop shit, must have been a robot. He said he's trying to act tough. That's how you always know when you're dealing with a scary person. When the first thing a person can do is say, you think you tough. No, you think I'm tough. That's like when you're the same kind of person, a dog get off the leash, and you the first to jump on the car out of anybody. You the first to run dog. Hey, get your dog, man, get your dog. Because you're scared of it the most. So when a person says, oh, you think you're tough? I've never acted tough. It reminds me of I had a homie back in the days. He walked past this undercover cop. And the cop went to reach for his gun. Hey, get back. Get back. He's just walking past you. He was that scared. It's like, nigga, don't get in my vicinity, man. You scare me. I can't beat you without this gun, nigga. I got to draw early. Would you try to fight a bear or a lion? Hell no. You're going to draw early. It's the scare. But those are the people we say shouldn't be cops, right? Because not only do you have no emotional intelligence, you're scared. Why are you so scared? What the fuck you done did in your life that you so scared about? Are you one of these means that get on social media, hide behind these fake profiles like the other fake profiles that I got on to try to troll me? Whenever I spoke, you know how, let's say there's anybody that ever come back to my chat and they say, man, I want some revenge. He spoke crazy on my stream. They know who they coming for. They coming for me. All they got to do is tap that little logo and go to my profile and see my pictures and go to my video and see my face. It's no like, I don't got time for that. Let me hit you up for a made profile. I apologize. Maybe I should be like that. I'm just too old school. Like, time is too precious to be doing all that. I don't. I got to hit you up for my profile. You got to know who aiming at you. Like, I never like the hidden beasts and fake agendas. Like, a lot of niggas claim they don't like that. But, bitch, you must be with the shit because you do the same foolishness. So, anyway, white people, I'm begging you. This election season, do not let the Rick Jacksons, and I'm putting names on it. Like I said, fuck all that foolish shit. Don't let the Rick Jacksons of the world fool you, baby. With the fucking small talk, big talk, outspending everybody. I can name 100 Rick Jacksons that either won or lost, but they got the same agenda. You ever heard of Rick Scott? Rick Scott is the first Rick Jackson. Medical background, was investigated for all the medical fraud, actually did medical fraud, but he had so much money, he was able, and then his competition, he went against Charlie Chris, Chain Gang Charlie. You could talk to Floridians about Chain Gang Charlie. So he really didn't have nobody that was prominent enough to defeat. And then another guy, Kendall Green, he ran on a Democratic ticket. I think his name was Kendall Green, out of Boca Raton, Florida. Billionaire. Financed his own race. I don't want to see America, no white person, no black person should want to see America become a country that if you rich enough, you could just outspend everybody and get your political pull. Is that the country we really trying to? Fuck just the white and black shit. Is this a game of who the richest? If so, then you might well bow down to all the even a local richer person. If you got $200 in your bank and your neighbor got $2,000 in his bank, you might well bow down to him every morning and say, "Your Highness," because that's the game we playing now. Is who the richest, who got the deepest pockets. I thought it was who can fight for us and represent us the best, not who can spend the most money. And now back into the politic element. So when you look at a Rick Jackson and he got this little fugazi shit, he's signaling, he's signaling to all the good old boys. Which you mind you, I'm new to this Georgia shit. It's a it's something to be learned. One thing I could tell you, even though I ain't from Georgia, shout out to and these niggas I grew up idolizing, not idolizing but admiring. All the Atlanta niggas from the Dungeon family, any nigga that ever came out Dungeon family count. All the old school niggas that put Atlanta and Georgia on the map. But when them niggas, Lil Jon included, when them niggas was doing like the Confederate flag, I always thought that was some stupid nigga shit. I never thought it was cool. I never thought it was a way to troll. I just thought it was like some misunderstanding. Tales from the Hood at the end of the movie when the white dude say, "I'll let you be part of my gang if you be my slave for life." I just thought it was some sucker shit. So being in Georgia and learning and living, sometimes it's like an amazing feeling. Like, damn, I'm actually in Georgia, like living, like, and for my daughter to witness it and see it, it's to me, you know what I'm saying? I say these is some country ass niggas sometimes. Like, ain't no motherfucking way you niggas got all the municipalities. You got the mayors, commissioners, the this, the that, police, law enforcement. But yet the pivotal things like governor or lieutenant governor or things like y'all don't have that. You got the numbers, you got the political capital, you got the financial capital, but you niggas don't got no actual pull. Like Maryland, with far less black people than Georgia, got a whole black governor, and there been a couple more places with black. You niggas got no black governor. Now, fast forward, Keisha Lance Bottoms, and that's why I said I'm gonna do my due diligence. As I would be in the total wrong for me to have done all this without full due diligence on Mrs. Bottoms. Real talk. I would like now. I'm gonna give some indemnifications real quick. Just off face value, I hope she win, cause she can't do a worse job than Rick Jackson. This is a guy that you guys are literally saying that has no political background, no understanding of the job itself. That's like you're looking for an engineer, and there's this person that graduated college, 10 years of engineering experience, and another guy say, well, I feel like I could be a good engineer. I got a lot of money. I think I can learn it. You guys do OJT, on the job training? I've heard this speech before. It sounds like a microcosm of the macrocosm. The macrocosm is our current president said, hey, I've done great in the private sector. And meanwhile, just fucking devalue the dollar and have us all paying high ass taxes and inflation and gas price. I've heard this speech before of an outsider. And that outsider became an insider overnight. The bitch came the biggest insider you ever seen. And it's so funny because Trump gave like a lot. It'll get slept on. You don't hear nobody make no points to this, but Trump talked about the problems he had during his first term, and I thought it was the most honest conversation he could have had, and most like intellectual. I don't want to say intellectual, but I don't want to use the word endearing either, but educational is what I'll say. Because he said, hey, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't even believe I would win. That's what Trump said. His first term. I didn't know I was going to win. I didn't know what cabinet to put together. I just thought I had a chance. I didn't know I actually had a shot at winning, especially off of talking shit the whole way. Now, I'm adding the talking shit the whole way. He didn't say that part. So he gets in there. He like, yo, my first term, I'm guessing on what to do and what this, that. I know I got my ideas, but I'm guessing. This is what Trump's out of his own mouth. That's why I say, don't believe what you be, the hype that you be hearing. So Trump talks about the benefit. Even though he said the election was stolen, he talked about this before he ran for his recent term. He said the benefit was he was able to sit out for 4 years rather than be immediately reelected. I'm paraphrasing. He said had he been immediately reelected, he would have still been the same as the first term, clueless. He was able to watch Joe Biden fuck up, and he was able to gather ideas of what he would have did different versus ideas of what he would have did different his first term. Here comes Project 2025. That's what brought Project 2025 into birth, because he had time to sit back and just like a nigga that started the game in the first quarter, got benched the second and third, but the fourth quarter the coach put him back in after he done watch the nigga behind him fuck up. That's the benefit, Trump. He always gonna feed that shit to y'all. Man, it was rigged and this and that. Yeah, but he never. This is some shit that if I'm lying, I'm flying. Look it up. Man, let me copy Rick Ross shit. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Like, man, nigga, like, man, look this shit up. I'm not telling you no lies. This is all researchable things the press not gonna talk about. Trump talked about the benefit of being able to have a term out so he can learn and see. And that's what made me. And I'm the only reason I'm telling you guys, well, I ain't telling you guys, I'm telling you for educational purposes, but while I'm at the subject, that's what made me vote for him the second time around. I didn't vote for him the first time around. I voted for Jill Stein. And then the second term when he lost that to Joe Biden, I voted for Biden because Trump turned me off with all the fucking rhetoric that he was hollering about his first 4 years. So that was like, okay, no, I'm vote for Biden. When Biden was a plane crash, I said, God damn, bitch, I didn't want to vote, period. But I know I didn't want to vote for Kamala. Nobody ain't going to never make me feel bad about not voting for Kamala. But, so I voted for Trump. But what leaned me toward voting for Trump was because he said, yo, I learned all the fuck-ups that I made during my first term by being able to watch Biden. So I'm like, okay, he's coming back with a clear mindset of what he was fucking up on. This motherfucker come back and just shit on that whole statement and everybody that supported him. So when I hear current politicians take that same fucking route, because these bitches don't have an original bone in their body. And they say, hey, man, listen, man, they're using the same speech. This shit sound familiar. If you've dated multiple women as a man, or you women dated multiple men, and you heard this same speech, at what point do you stop banging your head against the wall expecting different? When it's the same speech. Hey, I'm a political outsider. Like I told you, the first time I heard the speech was through Mitt Romney. Hey, I'm rich. I don't need nothing. I don't need to steal no money from y'all. I'm rich. But one thing you motherfuckers ain't, let me be taken more serious and stop cursing. You can't put a cap on greed. There's never been a person that made $100 million that said, hey, I made all the money now, I'm good. I'm okay. This is where I'm going to stop at. There's never been a billionaire that said, well, I got $1 billion. This is where I'm going to just tap out at. It's never enough. And the fact that we talking about a government that's going to allow a guy to make $1 trillion before every American has made, let me just say it flat out. I don't care how bright you is, how smart you is. If you're the type of person that show up to your job and do what you got to do every day, there's no reason why there should be a guy to be a trillionaire before you're a millionaire. Some people gonna say, but nah, he's not like creative enough. He doesn't have the ingenuity to start a company and to run it, and the acumen to run the business side. He doesn't deserve $1 million. I'll say this again, and I'm going to reiterate this till I die a billion years from now. There's no reason one man should have $1 trillion before every hardworking American has touched a million. If everybody in America could touch a million, we ain't tripping off of who could be a trillionaire. But what you not gonna tell me is most Americans ain't never finna have $100,000 at one. I ain't even talking about like the bad spending people, because there's a lot of bad actors out here. Well, not no. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of bad actors, but there's a lot of people who are victims of their own circumstances because they just want to keep up with the Joneses, and they're never gonna accumulate $100,000. Yes, has they made $100,000? Of course. Have they spent $100,000? Probably. But would they ever have $100,000? No, because their mind isn't structured to do so. I understand that. But what about the people that live frugal as fuck, just like a rich person? You mean to tell me that there should be a trillionaire for a frugal person that shops with coupons and receipts, and you know the back of the receipts where people don't read it, just throw the receipt away and say, hey, you want a free Whopper? Just fill out this survey. Or you mean to tell me the coupon shoppers and the person say, you know what, I'm going to just stay home today. You know what, hey, boo-boo, you want a bologna sandwich or peanut butter jelly sandwich? Or you want a cake? I'd rather go get the ingredients before I buy it. I go get some Jiffy. We gonna make a old hood cake. But those people are the people that'll never touch a trillion, but yet a million, but yet you got a guy touching a trillion. And then this is the most disheartening part. Most of these guys that are trillionaires, not only are they the oligarch, but you know, as a hardworking man, these people couldn't physically outwork you for nothing. The Jeff Bezos couldn't even work in his own Amazon shop. Fucking Elon Musk couldn't do what most of the engineers at Tesla is doing. Not to mention Tesla's not even his original. Anyway, I think I've said enough. All I'm simply saying is, man, all you voters, come November, do not buy into the hype of these people preying on your ignorance, preying on your racism, preying on the fact that you look at social media and you say, look at these black fatigue. We got bullshit fatigue. And we don't, as black, and I'm speaking as an ambassador, I don't have to say we got white fatigue. We got bullshit fatigue. We tired of black people selling us out, and we tired of white people buying into that shit. Like, I got black friends. Look at my black buddy that sold you niggas out. We just got bullshit fatigue. So I would hope that if you got bullshit fatigue, possibly, and you're able to see through that bullshit that these folks are selling you, that it's going to be different this time when it's not. Just understand that when you vote, send a message. There's nothing, no clearer message that you can send this November. Then not only to vote for Keisha Lance Bottoms, but also to just say, you know what, in all the races around the country where they try to put this message of slam their heads, like Donald Trump was saying, slam their heads into the back of the car. Oh, we're going to deport everybody, but your wife not even American, fam. Like, your wife not, what we call it, foundational black American. Your wife not foundational Anglo-Saxon American. She not fossil. Shout out to fast food. We think about that with college kids, but she's not fossil. She's not a foundational Anglo-Saxon American. She's not. She just got here. She first generation. But yet you folks bought into the idea, oh, he's so down to the core, so American. She's a foreigner with a fucked up accent. That means, you know why she got an effed up accent? That means she still speak a foreign language. People with effed up accents, their accents only so thick when they speak of English because they still speak with that native tongue to where they're from, that foreign tongue. So, like, man, I just want to see y'all get out of the bullshit and send a message to all politicians. And this is the final thing I will say. What I'm going to do as I go to doing my research, I'm start researching all of APAC-funded politicians. Because at the end of the day, I can talk all this shit. Does it matter if all of them are APAC-funded? APAC get what the fuck they want. Yeah, you niggas bickering this and that. Oh, Democrat, Republican, black, white, male, female, etc., gay, straight, whatever, whatever. We got our guy in there. We win. I'm voting for all the real outsiders. You can't call yourself a political outsider if you fund all funded. Like you can't say you got the best dope on the block and you got the same plug. Everybody got the same plug, but you got your dope different. Bitch, everybody got the same plug. I don't want to hear that shit. All y'all plugged by APAC. Bitch, get a different plug, then you get my vote. And that's what I'm going to start being an advocate for and campaigning toward. Anyway, let me read something before I get off of this bitch real quick. Working man, the real heroes. We are the real heroes. We the one, like, that's why I say it's deeper than just black and white. There's white factory workers that worked in these factories for years and years and years and years. And they just showed up. And then one day they showed up. And then that shit said, guess what? We're no longer an industrial nation. We're going to fucking outsource this work to China. We're going to outsource this work to Thailand, the Philippines. These, like, white men had to go through that shit. You feel me? But yet, when those white men go through that, there's always going to be a white man that's there to say, hey, okay, you're right. We outsourced the work, but it's the niggas' fault. That's what we're trying to get rid of. No, motherfucker. I need them white people to take a stand back to say, no, it's not the niggas' fault. It's your fault, motherfuckers. Don't point shit at us. Don't blame us for your fucking problems. Don't blame us while you bitches poor as shit and on methamphetamines and opioids out the ass. Biggest drug generation of all time. Don't blame us for that. Blame your own folks and then vote your own folks out and put us in there to send a message. Anyway, basically make us do what we've been doing, cleaning up respectfully white folks' mess. Elon could end world hunger, homelessness, U.S. erase medical debt, and free college tuition for 10 years. All could happen tomorrow because Elon, but he won't. Because Elon and others. Let me tell you one thing they let Elon know, a message I saw last year during the Doge controversy. As rich as Elon Musk is, they made it very clear, the oligarchs, this is the other billionaires. See, one thing about it, yeah, you got all this money as Elon Musk, but you can't afford, not one single billionaire can go against 10 billionaires. I'll say that shit again. Not one single billionaire can go against 10 billionaires. You can't. It's too much influence. Not only is there enough money to compete with you, it's too much influence. You don't know who falls under their umbrella. So yeah, let's just say it's a 500 politicians. I own 100 of them. Okay, you own 100 of them. I get with my homeboy and my other homeboy. We own 300 politicians to your 100 politician. Who wins? Bitch, they gave Elon Musk the ultimate fucking check. Pull your card. They pulled this card doing that Doge shit. Hey, you can get deported. Hey, you can't have your U.S. citizenship snatched. Hey, you do understand this is the biggest economy as far as making money in the world. You can't fucking run that shit that you want to talk about creating a third party when Elon Musk, mind you, they let him pop his shit all day. Talk shit about black people, talk shit about the government, talk shit about U.S. troops, talk shit about U.S. spending. But the minute he said he's going to make a third party to combat this two-party domination, that's when they reminded him, bitch, you a foreigner. We'll get you up out of here. We'll freeze your fucking assets. Mind you, what's a fucking billionaire in the first place when it's all fiat currency? That's digital. We'll freeze that shit. So, I get the Elon point, but there's a conglomeration of these people. There's not just no one Elon. Somebody else says, we like to show off when we find a civilized black we can consider friends rare. See, you a fuck nigga, but that was so funny that we just gonna laugh that one off and we're gonna keep it going. This cocksucker. Somebody say something about not taking a stand. We'll talk about it on another thing, but what do you want me to say? I don't even want to get into that. My profile, people like you all have the same profile pic. Oh, he talking about one of them little suckers. That part, P. Williams, bet that up, fam. They all got the same profile pic. It's just a letter or a number or a cartoon. They ain't gonna show their face, bro. Not only like, let's just say they was permanent, which I doubt. But if they was permanent, they'll get beat up. Like nobody wants to get beat up. It's embarrassing. Like a man stands on their word regardless. I'll tell you a short story real quick before I end this. I used to tell people what real racism looks like. I met a real racist. And this real racist, this was in an environment, right? A wild environment. And this most people would check their mouths and govern their mouths and say, you know what, I can get fucked up. But this real racist, he kept his energy. You know how people say keep that energy? He kept it. And then he got his face beat in. Before he got knocked out, because he got knocked out, but he didn't just get knocked out. It's one thing to a person get hit and then, like the right kind of way and then they get knocked out. It's another thing to watch a person take multiple hits and then they slowly get knocked out. As he's getting his face beat in by this black guy and the black guy sitting on his chest, up until the moment he got knocked out, he said nigga to the very end. Fucking nigger. He's spitting blood out his mouth and all, trying to spit in the guy's face. Fucking nigger. He lost the fight, no doubt about it. But he won the court of perception. Even with black folks. Now, did he win respect? No, niggas is going to swing on him more. But my point that I'm making is, nobody was never going to say he was a fake racist. We knew, oh shit, that bitch really mean what he say. Even when he woke up off of conscience, he still was saying nigga. It's at this point where you got to make the decision, well, am I going to whack this motherfucker or I'm going to just leave him alone because I can't change his mind through violence? That's a real racist. So, mind you, this is way before, is this before YouTube? This is like 3 years YouTube been. The bottom line is YouTube wasn't what it is now, or no other social media sites was even out back then. Point is, that's why when I'm online, I got the benefit being an older male to know that these trolls is not built like their predecessors. Their predecessors really died and stood on that shit, got beat up. They're not trying to get beat up. We make it like they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to get beat up. That's just the act. That's not even a white thing. That's a new generation don't like to take an ass whooping thing. And that's why you can't respect those guys, because they hot behind his profile, because they don't want to get beat up. You know what it reminds me of? You know what these guys is? What's that Jewish kid name who played in the movie Higher Learning? Michael Rappaport. A bunch of Michael Rappaports. They're just confused and lost little kids that lost their way. And even they own people don't, because mind you, Michael Rappaport ain't get no acceptance. Because they was like, yo, you a clown, dog. Like, nigga, you just be hollering. They used him up. That's what these guys is. They trolls that get used up, that will get beat up. So I can't blame them for having like these fake ass little accounts and shit. Like, it is what it is. Anyway. Let's see. Hey yo, what up, Haywood? Somebody else say y'all gotta stop shooting. I don't know who gotta stop shooting, because everybody's shooting these days. I mean, that's almost like white people telling them white kids, hey, stop shooting up your own schools. Stop doing mass shooting. You know why niggas can't have switches? And when I say niggas, I'm talking about people can't have switches. White guy. He got up in the roof on Vegas and shot up the whole country music festival. Y'all forgot that shit that fast? Or he just chose to play it willfully ignorant? Right. Bump stock. That's what they call the shit, bump stock. White guy. Fuck the shit up for everybody. Come on now. Anytime gun control comes around, because a lot of white people dying, not because niggas dying. So save me the horse shit. And I ain't trying to diss white people. This the galvanize, but I have to sometimes put that mirror up for a bitch to really look in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, happy birthday to my best friend. He loves the stream. Man, listen. Shout out to your mama. Lord knows that she sucked the penis, and it just so happened the nigga first name was Nick and his last name was Gerd. So shout out. Yeah, you thought you were gonna get me. Come on, you a sucker MC Jit. Anyway, try again. Get your rank up. Um, 2 minutes going, Eric. Black people are from Africa. Black people are foreigners. I'm not listening to no fake profile with an Asian face named Matthew Benford. Jit. I don't even have to. You know, let's talk about some shit real quick before I end this bitch. Prophase. Damn, I'm getting old as fuck. Let me see if I can remember this shit. Prophase, anaphase, telophase, cytokinesis. Did I say that right? Prophase, metaphase, telophase, anaphase, cytokinesis. Either way, this is cell reproduction. This is the cell reproducing itself every 15 minutes every day. You got cytoplasm. You got permeable cells that allows nutrients, lysosomes, centrioles. You know what I'm saying? You got the nucleus of that cell. I know this shit is over y'all head because y'all like just some like meth heads. I'm just talking to a bunch of meth heads. But let's just say there's somebody with intellect in this chat that understands science and biology. The body reproduces itself every 15 minutes. These cells recreate itself, right? Through prophase, metaphase, telophase, anaphase, cytokinesis. If you will start understanding that, you'll understand mitochondria. And if you start understanding mitochondria, you'll understand mitochondria Eve. Am I getting a little too deep? I know I done lost half of you nimwits, but just pretend that you follow me. Matter of fact, I won't even speak on them. I'm showing my bad. I'm just a nerd. I don't even want to. I wouldn't even. My bad. I don't know nothing. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Any other chat worth reading? I was almost finna educate y'all, but then I realized us black people, we gotta start doing that. We gotta start educating people that mindset. We are the original people, and I don't want to make this chat out of that. Because, like, white people love to get in their feelings and say, oh, please don't put us in a negative light that makes us reminded that we're the inferior or makes us understand that we came to the earth after you guys or might not be of the earth at all. Like, please don't do that. Please don't. And I'm not going to do it. I'm here to welcome you all because I want to get into politics one day. But I would not ever, whether I get into politics or not, let a white person just live this lie in front of me. If you want to live a lie, live a lie. But you won't use me to be an advocate of your lie. You just can't. Anyway, let's keep it going. Matter of fact, damn, this chat is popping. Well, shout out to the niggas that really be on this shit for real, for real. Them, like, real streamers. Because I don't know how y'all do with thousands of chats. Like, I like to try to read everything, dog. I gotta learn this shit. If my channel ever does take off, I gotta learn to just not. This is a lot to take on, and it's a lot of trolls. Like you know, the disappointing part about life is when you find out the majority of society is fake. The majority of society isn't that guy that I described that took an ass whooping, chanted his true feeling in his heart. The majority of society throws the rock, hide their hand, and then they say, they got a saying, son, if you don't like what I'm saying, then buck, swing when you see me. We could throw them hands, sucker, stand up. In the beginning of the song, Lil Jon say, I ain't say that. He said that. That's what society is. There's a lot of, I ain't say that. He said, they just call their mans out. They throw their mans under the bus. Like, nobody want to take up for what they said. Nobody want to stand on principle. No, it's like, at what point is this life so worth it if you can't live and die on the mountain that you climb? Let's just say we all climb a mountain at some point of our life. A mountain is symbolic. It's an abstract thing. I'm not talking about a concrete mountain. I'm talking about abstract. You guys follow me now. This mountain is an abstract ideology that you've climbed. At what point after climbing this abstract mountain do you decide that you're going to live or die on it? Why would you climb this mountain just to jump off? Because guess what? Even though we're talking about it in the abstract sense, hypothetically, what happens if you jump off a mountain? That's suicide. So why would you not die on that mountain rather than get the same result abandoning your opinion? Because when you abandon your opinion, when a person confronts you, you just committed suicide theoretically because you couldn't stand on what your firm belief is supposed to be. I think this is part of why I be saying I want this like shit to blow up on YouTube, but I'm kind of scared of it because I'm scared of just meeting fake people in a mass like at one time. I don't mind meeting fake people, but I got like a filter. Like sometimes my filter get dirty, and right now my filter is dirty as hell. I need to clean my filter. It is too many fake people coming at once. Like, can I get some real niggas in the chat? Just a couple, just one, two, maybe. Give me some hope that I ain't the last real nigga standing. Goddamn. Anyway, bet that up for the hearts, man. Love, man. It's a real nigga in the chat, man. Love. Appreciate that. If you're a fan of NASCAR, there's a good chance. I don't know, man. Shout out to Bubble, whatever. I follow Bubble, or Bubble Watson, I think his name, man. Whoa, big brain there, buddy. Appreciate that. You look, I don't know. That's what blacks think. The song scholar. Bro, you not even putting an actual sentence together. You got fragmented sentences, brother. We not reading no fragmented sentences, not to ignore nobody. But if you speaking in phrases or paraphrasing shit and you can't formulate a sentence together, then, bro, I can't, like, placate to that. I just can't. White people invented... This guy says, once again, do we got to talk about and see, I never put that point together to say mitochondria Eve. Let me just finish up the mitochondria Eve point real quick. Black people, scientifically, white people will tell you this, are the first people on Earth. So who invented language? You tell me. Furthermore, let's just pretend black people did come after white people. We know American history. We know that Africans were kidnapped. Now, obviously, American history is twofold. I like to tell people about Crispus Attucks. Crispus Attucks plays one of the most detrimental parts of American history because Crispus Attucks is what started the Boston Tea Party. And everybody know the Boston Tea Party is the inception, basically, of America rebelling. No taxation without representation. I know a lot of you bitches is ignorant. I don't know what they teaching you guys at your little redneck farms and your local trailer parks with your uncle fucking your mama in the back room talking about they were just horsing around and shit. But let's just say they got off their meth pipe and allowed you guys to go to school with your little dicky overalls on. You would have learned about something called the Boston Tea Party. And Crispus Attucks, a black kid, threw this snowball, got killed by a soldier. Nobody never talks about the fact that Crispus Attucks wasn't a slave. He was a free kid. He was free. This is before America even fought for independence. So this is before 1776. Nobody never said, well, goddamn. How about the Americans was coming, the so-called Anglo-Saxons, whatever, was coming and finding these free black people in America because we are the first civilization. We've been exploring. We did create math. We did create algebra. We did create the pyramids. So we create everything that you people took credit of, and that's the problem. I guess that's the annoying part that black people get annoyed with white people on because y'all lie to each other. And then when we got to deal with the person that bought into the lie, that's the big problem. That's the problem when I'm talking about with voting this time around. When shit get bad, y'all want to fucking riot and fucking set shit on fire. Yeah, y'all try to make it like that's what y'all been doing that shit. Don't get mad and talk about how bad America has sold itself out when you bitches been hollering about woke. Don't these woke, he's woke. Yeah, motherfucker, but you should wake up too. Get out of this damn sleepwalking. Who wants to sleepwalk the rest of their life? Because there's nothing more frustrating than a white person being taken down this lie, and now they're trying to spit this lie to you as if it's a real truth, and they really believe it. It's disheartening. How do you argue with a person who's not only a contrarian, but their argument, their foundation is a lie, and they just refuse to intake. Like, you know, the part of debating. Debating is, I make a point, you make a point. Maybe I succeed to certain little aspects of your point, and then I say, oh, you know what? And it draws both of us closer to the truth. I say, well, you're right there. But what about? And they say, well, you're right. And as we stand this far apart, we're slowly gravitating toward an understanding. That's what debating is. But when you got a motherfucker just premises a lie, you can't speak with them. It's like, it's impossible. So I'm just saying, like, bro, like, man, like, it's gonna be very hard to deal with those kind of people in this life, bro. Like, you can't deal with those kind of people. Anyway, man, thank y'all for the likes. I think I appreciate the traction I've been getting, but at this point, I gotta get on 2K, I gotta learn to deal with this kind of audience and trolls and people who really legit about their ignorant stance and focus and shit, because like I don't have the wherewithal that I can sustain speaking intelligent with an ignorant person, because then I start losing brain cells trying to convince them of something that they've been brainwashed to believe. All I'm saying is, this voting cycle and the next upcoming voting cycles, if you can learn to put the real America first and not look at race, just look at character and who's funding that person, because that really is prevalent. Who's funding that person? That's all I ask for as an American. Now, hopefully, we can find middle ground in that aspect. I'm sorry for the comments I won't be able to get to. I do appreciate you guys, but if I keep reading comments, I'm gonna keep entertaining, and it's never gonna end. And I normally would like that circumstance, but it's late. I'm tired. I want to get some sleep. I got a busy day tomorrow. Y'all take care. Love.